The long-rumored Oculus Quest 2 was officially announced just a few days ago at the Facebook Connect 7 conference. And let me just say how much of a game changer this is. Now, the original Quest was one of the most innovative VR products around. It adopted a hybrid approach, meaning that you could play VR games both on the go and while hooked up to a PC. However, it suffered from countless limitations, including refresh rate, graphics, resolution, and most prominently, comfort. The system was entirely front-heavy, so after just a short while, typically 15 minutes for me, it was a pain to keep the headset on. And that's a real shame, because the software across PC and portable VR was finally reaching a point where worlds were more immersive, concepts were fully realized, and big-budget games like Half-Life Alyx and Asgard's Wrath were being thrown out in all directions. Enter Oculus Quest 2. A system with 50% higher resolution, a brand new Qualcomm XR2 chip, a new head strap, new ergonomic controllers, and most importantly, a $299 price point, $100 cheaper than the greatly inferior Oculus Quest. At the forefront of all this change is Facebook and the XR2 chip. See, by the time the OG Quest came out, the 835 Snapdragon chip that it was operating on was a good few years old. So to really get a grasp of how big of a change this is from the 835, Qualcomm released some spec sheets boasting 2 times better performance gains in CPU and GPU, 4 times better pixel throughput, a potentially 6 times better display at 3K per eye, and to top it all off, 11 times better AI performance. Sure, these are just specs and numbers, but Facebook is putting their money where their mouth is. Not only is Quest 2 using an almost 4K resolution and 90Hz display, but it's also utilizing the extra CPU and GPU to load games faster and better. Take a look at this gameplay comparison between a Quest and a Quest 2 game. The differences may be small, just foliage and a few extra details here and there, but imagine what it's like in the not-too-distant future when developers have full access to the hardware with fully exclusive Quest 2 games. Naturally, this power should come at a cost, yet it doesn't. Despite the fact that it's using an expensive, almost brand new chip, the headset's $100 less. $100 less for a system that is superior to its predecessor in almost every way. How is this possible? The short answer is Facebook's got a lot of cash. The longer answer is that Facebook's goal is to just get as many people in the VR as quickly as possible in order to have a somewhat monopoly on the market. With these competitive moves, though, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. No one else can really touch them when it comes to hybrid VR. So when the time comes that VR hits the mainstream, who do you think they're going to swarm towards first? Adding on to this, Facebook is now requiring you to make an account with them in order to use their headsets. This isn't at all a deal breaker to me, so I won't dwell on it any longer, but suffice it to say, some people aren't happy with this decision. Back to the positives though. Both the head strap and the controllers were given an overhaul, and from what I could tell online, only one of those was a good decision. This time around, the touch controllers feature a more ergonomic design, with more accommodation for people with larger hands. When I initially saw the design, the change looked minuscule in that it wouldn't really impact much. Apparently, however, people really enjoy the change and it makes for a far more comfortable experience. I wish I could say the same about the new strap. It's much more in line with the Oculus Go strap. But see, that headset was ridiculously light to the point where it could easily get away with a stretchier strap. While Quest 2 is a good amount lighter, at roughly 90% of the Quest's weight, it still is top heavy. As such, almost all reviewers seem to note that the headset drags on your head and is a major deal breaker. Conveniently for Facebook, they sell a $50 accessory called the Quest 2 Elite Strap. And apparently, it's a must-have and makes using the headset for long periods of time actually feasible. According to most viewers, this new Elite Strap makes the Quest 2 far more comfortable than the Quest 1. The reason why I said conveniently for Facebook is because I can't help but think that this was going to be built into the headset at launch, but the ridiculously cheap price point prevented this from happening. Nevertheless, with the Elite Strap, the Quest 2 improves on literally every single aspect of the Quest 1, including controllers, resolution, comfort, weight, graphics, and of course, price. The reason why I keep highlighting the price is because one of the biggest reasons why people tend to never try VR is friction. The entire concept of a hybrid VR system greatly reduces the difficulty of putting on your headset and entering VR, or friction for short. Quest 2, however, builds upon this initial concept by having, despite all of its flaws, an easier to put on head strap and an insane price. So could the Quest 2 really change VR and bring it to millions of new people solely based off its new improvements? Maybe. There's so much potential caveats that could disrupt this commercial success. There's the fact that no one wants to try someone else's VR headset at stores, so no one can really demo VR for the first time. Some people may not even want to create a Facebook account. And then, of course, plenty of people live under this illusion that VR isn't ready, and once it is, then they'll buy a headset. VR is ready, and VR will never reach the Oasis-like levels we all seek unless we support it. Look, I get wanting to wait until a product has fully matured to not waste your money, but VR is reaching a threshold, especially with the Oculus Quest 2, where everything is culminating into a comfortable, affordable, and above all else, immersive experience, unlike any other form of media. If you're waiting for virtual reality to get to the right price point, the Quest 2 is it. I don't know if I ever see a VR headset with the same capabilities as the Quest 2 going below $300. At this point, anyone can see that VR is a struggling market and is still in its infancy. But this new system can change all of that if done right. If Facebook continues to be as aggressive and competitive as it's been, it's not a matter of if VR will take off. It's a matter of when. And I have a sneaking suspicion VR is just about to take off.